Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Tamer and welcome back to another episode of I Talk Tech. So it's a beautiful July day and we're only 2 months away from September, and you know what that means. It's time to start talking about some iPhones. Now before I do begin, make sure you guys go down below and hit that like button, as well as subscribing to this channel for more content like this. And without further ado, guys, let's get started. Can you believe it, guys? The iPhone 6 is already out of date. And the next iteration of the iPhone 6S or the iPhone 7, however Apple wants to call it, is going to be coming out in 2 months in September. Now we know it's announced on a Tuesday and it's usually available to purchase the following Friday. So we don't know exact dates yet, but it will be soon to come. So in terms of design, the iPhone 6S is going to look exactly like the same as the iPhone 6. Almost same dimensions and same color choices. Silver, space gray, and champagne gold. But we may see an additional rose gold color, but I'll bet your pretty penny that won't be wallet friendly. Now, since everything else is the same, there's only one thing changing in terms of design, and that's its thickness. Yes, it's getting thicker. This is the first time it's ever happened in Apple's history that they made an iPhone thicker. Now, you're probably thinking, why is it getting thicker? Is it because there's going to be more space for a bigger battery like we all hoped it to be? Well, the correct answer to that would be wrong. Sorry guys, maybe I'll have to try for the iPhone 7, but I'll tell you guys later in the video why it's getting thicker. So for the iPhone 6S, all we're going to basically see is a big hardware upgrade in terms of specifications. So Apple's going to introduce in their iPhone 6S the Apple's new A9 chip, which is ironically produced by Samsung, their biggest rival. Now we're also going to see a first time in iPhone history 2 GB of RAM standard, and we're also going to see an improved 12 megapixel camera that can shoot up to 4K. So the Apple A9 chip is expected to bring a nice little speed boost to the iPhone 6S, especially paired with that monster's 2 GB of RAM, which has never before been introduced into an iPhone. Now that should kill multitasking and should bring better game performance as well. Now in terms of camera, we're going to see a 12 megapixel camera, but wait a second, that doesn't mean better quality. An increase in megapixels doesn't mean an increase in quality, it just means the picture's going to get bigger. Now bigger doesn't always mean better. We're going to have to wait to see what type of sensor Apple uses in their iPhone 6S, as well as what aperture it's going to be, whether it's f1.8 or 1.9, whatever it is. But most of the time in Apple's recent history, we've seen amazing camera quality coming out of their iPhones, if not one of the best in the market. So we really have high expectations for the camera on this, as well as it being able to shoot up to 4K. Now while you may not have a 4K monitor or have nothing to play back a 4K file on, it's always good that's future proofed and it's going to be nice, amazing quality on it. So in terms of display, we're going to still see the same screen sizes as with the iPhone 6. We're going to get a 4.7 inch variant and the iPhone 6S Plus coming with 5.5 inches. Now the only thing different with the screens is that it may be made out of different materials such as sapphire, which would make it very good at handling scratches. Now we may also see a resolution upgrade. So the iPhone 6S 4.7 inch variant may get a 1920 by 1080 display, and the iPhone 6S Plus with a 5.5 inch screen may get up to QHD 2560 by 1440, which would be pretty epic. Some extra goodies Apple might include are stuff like wireless charging, which would be really great as the market's right now being filled with phones that can accept wireless charging, such as the Nexus 6 and a Galaxy S6, that both come stock with their own built-in feature of wireless charging rather than going through a third party and getting a case that does it for you. So this would be really great, as Apple would be listening to the market demand of getting a nice new wireless charger feature built into the phone. Now back to the idea that the iPhone is getting thicker. Now, although it's heartbreaking to learn that the iPhone 6S isn't getting thicker because of a bigger battery, it's actually due to a different feature Apple has actually implemented into other devices they have recently called Force Touch. Now, Force Touch is a sensor that detects how much pressure you push on an object or on the display. And this lets you interact in a new level with the OS. A good example of this is when watching a video. Now, you could press the fast forward button very lightly and it would scrub through the video just very slowly. Now, if you push harder on that, the video would actually fast forward at a quicker rate. So these are just some features that the Force Touch would be bringing. It would allow for extra navigation of the OS, which would bring in a whole new level to gaming, as it would implement another control you could possibly do in the game. Now, is Force Touch a really big thing? Well, this is Apple's primarily selling factor for this iPhone. They're going to make Force Touch the biggest deal out of this iPhone and making it the biggest upgrade they've seen. Now, when Apple hits a goldmine feature such as Force Touch, they implement it into everything, and older products. The Apple Watch has Force Touch, the Retina MacBooks and the regular MacBooks have Force Touch, and now the iPhone is getting Force Touch. When they think they've hit something really nice and they can own the market, they implement in everything. For example, take Siri. Siri started on the iPhone and now it's on almost every Apple device you can think of. So while Force Touch isn't a bad thing, I really wish we saw an increase in battery size, but you can't ask for everything, right? We've been asking for bigger battery for years on years. Apple has apparently not listened to our demands, but maybe we'll shoot for that in the iPhone 7. But as for the iPhone 6s, we're going to see Force Touch, and whether you like it or not, it's going to be on there. So that wraps up my rumor video of the iPhone 6s. It isn't that long, but it shouldn't be that long, as it's an S model upgrade, not a big 7 upgrade. Whether we see a 7 or a 6s, that's to be determined. But as you guys can see, the iPhone 6s is shaping up to be a really nice device. You guys tell me what you think about the iPhone 6s, whether you're going to get it, whether you're not, what's holding you back, and what phone you are planning for this year to upgrade to, whether you are upgrading or not. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and make sure to go drop a like down below and hit that subscribe button for more content like this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.